Hey, bear with me on the first few minutes of this video. I'm not real sure why it's not in stereo, it's in mono sound. I didn't change anything in between this clip and the next clip, and it's back in stereo. So some sort of weird technical difficulties that's out of my control. So if you just bear with me through this first little bit, the sound will pick back up. So appreciate it. All right, it's been about a week since I've worked on this thing, you know, because I'm poor and I have to do other car stuff to afford the carcane habit here. So I kind of got a game plan off camera on what I needed to do, and to be honest with you, I probably should have reviewed the footage to see where I exactly left off. But in case I didn't leave off where I'm at, I'm going to get you caught back up. All right, so we had rot in the cowl corners. I think that's what they were called. But I knew that I had rot in the lower hinge pocket where the door plate goes. Drops in there. This you cannot buy. They suggested I buy the entire A-pillar. I'm not buying the entire A-pillars. That's $1,400. I'd sell the car before I did that, to be honest with you. So I kind of backed up, looked at things. I'm gonna make it, and took a shot at recreating this guy, because it goes in there like so. So let me show you. Now, overlook this oblong square, because to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not sure why I made the square like I made the square, but I have a new design over this design, but I'll show you where I'm at. So this is the new piece. It'll go in there like that. Actually, it'll go in just like this. I'll have to put holes in it for the door hinge, and then that little plate will drop in there. I'm going to have to do something on the back side, because there used to be something, you see what's left here, to keep that nut plate or whatever they call it from falling out. But you have to reach through the kick panel and drop those in. So I made this. Now the doors are, you know, closed and bolted on. It'll fit in like so. Well, I was kind of worried about this, the depth of this piece of channel that I used being kind of, you know, critical up against that door hinge if I had some sort of door adjustment, which I'm sure I will. So what I'm going to do is, instead of letting that channel sit flat on that plate, I'm going to cut the square big enough to where the channel will come through, and I'll have like the channel legs sticking through. We'll secure this on there with sheet metal screws or something. I'll bolt the nut plate to the hinge with the channel, and where it falls is where I'll tack on the outside, if that makes sense. But we'll build it, and hopefully it'll make sense when I build it. I did buy the repairs for the cowl. Oddly enough, that was a hassle. It took me like 4 places to finally find these things. Anyway, H&H Classics. I called them. They answered on the first ring. Told the guy I need to check stock on 2 part numbers. Gave him the part numbers. He's like, we got them in stock. I said, can I order them on the website? Absolutely. Hung up, ordered them, and here they were. Before that, I had about an hour and a half in trying to locate these things and getting somebody on the phone. So H&H Classics, I'll put a link in the description. So let's see if I can remake these to what I believe I need, and see if we can get some of this stuff tacked together tonight.
Competition Products, your source for hardcore engine parts for street, strip, and oval track. Our free catalog is packed with hundreds of product lines from the best-known manufacturers in the performance industry. Lowest prices guaranteed. Free shipping and handling on all orders over $149 in the continental U.S. Need expert advice? Our knowledgeable staff is just a phone call away. Competition Product, race parts sold by racers since 1970.
All right, I got this traced out. I'm gonna leave it a little long, because I feel like it may I may wrap it around on the toe board part. I guess that's what you call it. I did trace out my crooked square, but only as a reference idea. Hopefully I don't make a mistake and accidentally cut that out too. Just going to take the D-wad and a real thin blade and trace this around just to make sure I go straight. Sometimes I'll use a straight edge, but I feel like we'll be all right. So cut down through here, and then I'll put that radius on there with something else, the belt sander or something. But, well, let's cut some stuff out. All right, mistakes may have been made. I think I made the wrong end too long. Luckily, I got enough material here. I did. So what I should have done was made it like that. It may not matter. I might be all right. Let me go look. Yeah, it'll be fine. I actually got lucky there. I'll just need to retrace the hole, the reference hole. So I guess what I'm gonna do is I'll just copy this one and we'll chop it out. And just pretend like that never happened. If you don't tell the customer, I won't tell the customer. Alrighty. That first one I did sure turned out a lot nicer than these. I mean, it looks like straight edges, and my buddy even thought I bought that thing. Well, not these. It looked like Ray Charles come by and hacked them out with a dual hatchet. I guess we'll just grind them into shape. Well, I'll butcher this one. Probably take that off. Alright, wish me luck. Alright, I'm going to get these cleaned up and get these fitted, and then we'll jump over and chop that tubing up. Alright, well, I've got them pretty well fitted. This side may actually take some more work. I got a hole here, and then look right up in there. These vents, these things may actually go. I didn't really want to do no more work, but that may have to happen. And then I've got a little bit of rod up in here. If I move my finger, you can probably see it. I don't know if I made this one long enough. I'm going to come up, I don't know how far yet, and then just score it with the grinder. That way it's easy to bend, fold it over, weld it around, and then weld the seam back up, or the line back up, the groove rather. This side fits pretty well. I still have to put my window in up here. I'll take them back out and do that. And fits pretty well. This one's not rotted down here, so But I'll do the same thing. I'll just try to get me a level line some way or another, score it with the grinder, and then fold it over and then weld it around. Now these pieces here, I am not 100% sure I'm going to do these yet. Sure, because you see it's thin in the face, but it's good up here. And I might have screwed up because I don't necessarily know if I can get in there to do any plug welds because it's so tight with the MIG nozzle. They do make a easy reach one. I did modify an old one. I cut it and bent it, so I might be able to manipulate this a little bit so I can get in there and weld as I go. But then there might be some more hammering and fudging around with this where it will fit in there. But that's where I'm at there. I'm going to take these back off and cut these windows, and then we'll take that tubing right there and start making the actual door plate deal, whatever it's called. So, alrighty, had to back up and remake these little pieces of tubing here. The first one, and then I had to cut this pocket out deeper. Probably, which it's not, it's about flush with the hinge, but I guess I could have came this way a little more and less that way. So open the door, you can see through there, and I marked it with this. Now I'm going to drop in this nut plate, and then I had, it takes, I'm going to order some new bolts. Actually going to order new nut plates too, because I don't know if I can do this one-handed or not. But I don't know if you can see that or not, but that bad boy is tapped way crooked. Probably could make some of these at work, but I'd like to have some fresh bolts. They got these little lock-in washer deals or whatever. So what I'm going to attempt to do is, I don't believe that's too long where it'll hit this when it comes through. Like this. So yeah, that'll work for now. Fine thread bolts is sort of a slim pickings around here. But I'm going to attempt to hold this, drop the plate in, and also put the bolts in. So might be a little bit of a task, but we'll see what we can do. All right, probably could get a magnet and hold that there, or even a piece of tape might work. My first attempt here is going to see it. Oh, well, here's the other bolt. My first attempt is going to be if I can even get the plate in there. So you gotta that's how it goes. Now if I let it go, it's just gonna drop through. So I should have probably gotten a ratchet and an extension here. I also have to make sure I drop the plate in the right way. So it goes like this. Well, this is the basic idea of, how I thought of fixing it. Now I need to put a plate in the bottom or a floor, that way that nut plate doesn't just fall down in there, because if you drop it, you'll be fishing it out with a magnet, because you got to reach through here to get in there. It does look a little crooked. I don't guess it matters. But there may be 5 other better ways to do this than the way that I went about doing it. But one, I don't know any better. So this is the best I could come up with. I'm sure I'll find out the correct way to do this once it's too late, but I'm going to put some sort of floor in there. I'll do that from the inside when I take this piece out. Whether I cut this off, I don't know yet. I was going to slice it here and bend it over and then weld weld tabs in there. But if I don't have to, then I'm not going to mess with it. I just wonder if it'll run into anything, because it's a little out to this angle and it's real flush with that. So, we got the cowl corner that'll come down there. But that's not nothing I'm super worried about right now. I need to take this all back apart and trace this piece out and make that hole bigger in that panel right there, so I can make these match. It is a little crooked, ain't it? But once this is on there, once this cowl piece is on there, I mean, I may be the last person to ever see this thing. Hopefully this car is never going to be torn down this far. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop it off right here, because I got a ton of grinding and a ton of cleaning to do, and I would like to have this video out this week. But you kind of see what I got going on. We did make progress. We did make a repair of some sort. Whether it is the right repair or not, I don't know yet. But that's the best I can do. So I guess we'll end it there. Thanks for watching Left 4 Dead Garage, and we'll see you on the next one.